Hola y bienvenidos a Learn Spanish en SpanishDict.com. Soy Paralee Whitmer y soy tu profesora. Hoy aprenderás de las fiestas y los objetos directos e indirectos como se lo da, me la cuento y mucho más. ¡Vámonos! Vale, en la última lección aprendiste de los días festivos y el futuro informal, ¿no? Hoy, you will use what you learned about the simple present to talk about parties. And parties are a great place to practice your storytelling skills. But you know when you are telling someone a story and you have to keep repeating something over and over? Like, John gives the cake to Jamie. Jamie gives the cake to Albus. Albus gives the cake to Aaron. In English, we have a way of making things shorter than they need to be if the information has already been presented. Instead of saying the cake in every single sentence, we would just use it, right? John gives the cake to Jamie. Jamie gives it to Albus. Albus gives it to Aaron. Fácil, ¿no? Pues en español, you can take it a step further and replace all the names with one single word, kind of like it. Let's take that first sentence. John gives the cake to Jamie and put it into español really quick. Juan da el pastel a Jaime. Now we can start asking some questions about this sentence. What does John give to Jamie? El pastel. So we know that this is our direct object. A direct object is the noun in a sentence that receives the direct action from a verb. If you have trouble finding the direct object, write out. Read the sentence, then read it like a question after the verb. Juan da el pastel a Jaime. John gives the cake to Jamie. Juan da ¿qué a Jaime? John gives what to Jamie? John gives the cake to Jamie, so that is your direct object. But you need to know the direct object pronouns before we can go any further, right? Of course, there is a direct object pronoun for each personal pronoun that you already know. If I am the direct object in a sentence, you would use the word me in English, right? Like this sentence, Selena sees me. In Espanol, the direct object pronoun for me is me, spelled the same but pronounced in Espanol. Now, if you are the direct object, like Selena sees you, you would use the indirect object pronoun te, very similar to the personal pronoun tú, but te tells the reader or listener that you are a direct object and not the subject. Nice distinction that Spanish has that English does not. Moving on to the third person singular. You are going to have two indirect object pronouns for four different direct objects. You formal, he, she, and it. So, for singular masculine of any of those people or things, you will use lo. And if it is singular and feminine, you're going to use la. It just depends on the gender of the object. Now, moving on to the plural side. If Selena sees us, you would replace it in Espanol with nos, a nice shortened version of the personal pronoun nosotros. If Selena sees you all, in España only of course, you would use os. And the third person also has two forms, just like the singular third person. The plural masculine would be los, and plural feminine, las. You will use these when the direct object is you plural or them. Now, the cake is the third person since it's not me and it's not you. So is el pastel singular or plural? Singular. And is it feminine or masculine? Masculine. You can tell because its definite article is el. So, looking at our chart of direct object pronouns, which one are we going to use if el pastel is singular and masculine in the third person? Lo. Back at our sentence, we just need to replace the whole direct object, which includes the definite article el, with lo. So our new shorter sentence is Juan da lo a Jaime. Well, almost. When you use a direct object pronoun in a sentence in Espanol, you need to put the pronoun in front of the verb. So now we have a new shorter sentence. Juan lo da a Jaime. Again, this is almost the complete version of our shorter sentence. There are still some things we need to work on, but we'll get to those in just a minute. For now, let's get you practicing with direct object pronouns. I'll give you some pictures with sentences involving direct objects. Remember, the direct object is what receives the action of the verb. But first, let's practice replacing some nouns with direct object pronouns. Let's do one of them together, and then you're on your own. Listo? What is the direct object pronoun for la piñata? Is la piñata I, you, he, she, or it? It's singular or plural? Is it feminine or masculine? So you're going to use la, the feminine singular in the third person. Es todo, te toca. Nosotros. What is the direct object pronoun that you would use for nosotros? Nos. And for él, lo. And for el papel picado, ¿qué es el pronombre para el objeto directo para el papel picado? Lo. And ¿qué es el pronombre para el objeto directo para tú? Te. ¿Y qué es el pronombre para ellos? Los. ¿Y para ella? La. ¿Y qué es el pronombre para unos gatitos? Los. Y finalmente, ¿qué es el pronombre para unas muñecas? Las. Bien, súper fácil, ¿no? Ahora con frases completas. I'm going to read you some full sentences, and I want you to find the direct object, replace it with the direct object pronoun, and then read the whole thing aloud. Por ejemplo, Martín tiene los globos. Martin has the balloons. So, what is our question going to be so that we know what the direct object is? Martín has what? Martín has los globos. So, los globos is the direct object. Now, is los globos feminine or masculine? Masculine. And is it singular or plural? Plural. So what is the direct object pronoun for masculine plural nouns? Los. Now, all you have to do is take away los globos and put los in front of the verb. Which word in this sentence is the verb? Tiene. So let's put los in front of tiene and say it aloud. Martín los tiene. Ready? Tienes las luces. Las tienes. Sofía tiene la cámara. Sofía la tiene. Ana come un pastelito. Ana lo come. Tiran las serpentinas. Las tiran. Antonio saca fotos. Antonio las saca. Remember, fotos is just short for fotografías, which is feminine, so your pronoun will be las.